What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm pretty excited about. Basically we're going to be doing a questions I've avoided answering / my most asked questions video. So it's going to be probably my most personal Q&A I've done on this channel. Very long overdue, I feel like. I took you guys' questions from my Instagram story. If you don't follow me on Instagram, my @ is just living like Lindsey. And I post on my story all the time, so if you want to be included in the next Q&A, just go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I got some questions from you guys that I've just never talked about, and it's going to be pretty real. It's going to be extremely real, 100% real, 100% raw, so let's just get into the questions, why not? First question, are you happy with the fact that you left college? Are you planning on going back? Okay, I feel like I've talked about this before, but it was a little bit confusing because I did go to college, finish my program, I went to FITM, I graduated after 2 years, I got my degree, and then I started another program at the same school. Like 6 months later, I started my bachelor's program for social media. Now, after maybe like, I'm trying to think, 2 quarters, something like that, I've been taking those additional classes. I was really feeling like I wasn't getting much from it. I felt like it just was not doing it for me, and it didn't feel like something that was worth the money that I was paying for to get my bachelor's degree in. So I decided at that point to leave. I had already gotten my associate's degree for beauty industry merchandising and marketing, which is what I went to school for in the first place. So I definitely don't look at it as a failure at all. I went to school for what I wanted to. Do I plan on going back? I don't plan on going back to FITM. I don't plan on living in LA again. I don't plan on like taking any more classes at this point in life, but I definitely would not say that I would never go back to take more classes. It's not really on my radar right now, but I definitely would not be opposed if that is something that I wanted to do in a few years' time. That's what went down. That's the college tea. Next question is from Ollie. Ollie always asks me a question in any Q&A I do, and I feel like it's a tradition that I answer anything he asks. So he says, hi queen, miss you. What's new? What's the 411? What's the new must-haves? Many questions. I miss you, I love you. Me and Ollie had a long phone conversation yesterday. The 411, I'm vlogging today. I've been doing great, really happy. And I don't know, it's been a great week. I turned 24 this week. It was my birthday a couple days ago. That's pretty much the 411 with me. What's the new must-haves? So I was kind of thinking, I was like, do I want to do a whole current favorites fall essentials type video? And let me know in the comments if you guys do want to see one. I really haven't made any favorites type of videos or, you know, talk about like products in quite some time. But I do have a new favorite scent that I have to tell you guys about because I haven't changed my favorite scent in quite some time. As the seasons change, I kind of like to update my scent a little bit, and we are peaking on, I mean, it is fall right now. So I kind of like to do more warmer, cozier scents in the fall and winter time. And I have freaking found it, you guys. So I have a Scentbird subscription, which means that every month you get every 30 days you get a new monthly supply of a designer fragrance to try out. It basically comes in a little bottle like this, and all you have to do is just like lipstick, you twist it up. So it comes in a little case, and then the actual spritzer and the product is right inside. So this is Bella by Vince Camuto. I haven't actually sprayed it on yet today, so we'll go ahead and do that. I'm so obsessed with this scent. You can see this is a very, very generous amount of perfume. Honestly, this lasts me so much longer than a month. Every monthly bottle has 120 to 140 sprays in here, so just depending on how much perfume you wear. I mean, I've been loving this scent, so I've been wearing it a ton. I love nice perfumes, but a bottle can be around like $100 for a full-size nice bottle. So the price point is $15, which is very, very affordable if you're comparing it to any sort of like other perfumes. That's probably even cheaper or around the same price as a rollerball perfume, and this one actually sprays. It's so easy to carry around with you. If you're wondering if your favorite scent is on Scentbird, it probably is. They have over 450 scents to choose from. They've got Prada, they've got Gucci, Tom Ford, Vince Camuto, which I've never tried this scent before. They have all my favorite Toka perfumes. So you can try a designer perfume that you might have been interested in for a very long time, but you don't have to go and buy, you know, the $50 or $100 bottle. You can just try it out for a month or two. And if you're not into it or you want to try a new scent, then you can just do that. They also offer cologne, so you can get something for your man, or if you're a dude watching this, hell yeah. And they offer makeup from top brands as well, like Tarte and Kat Von D. So go check out the website. I have a discount for you guys as well. So you can get 30% off, which is gonna make it only $10 for a month with my code, which is in the description box. And after you spritz it on yourself, you just close it up like that and it doesn't move. It's perfect for traveling. It fits in your bag. I mean, this thing is like so sleek. Have you seen any psychics recently? Would you want to see one again soon? I haven't seen a psychic in a really long time. I think it's a fun thing to do on occasion, especially if you have a friend that can recommend you someone that they've been to, or maybe you're traveling and you go with someone to get a reading, or I don't know. You can look up like in your area psychics. You can probably find some stuff on Yelp if you're looking to get a reading. I'm also thinking about possibly trying out this app that lets you chat with psychics, and you can kind of like pick the psychic that you want to chat with. You have a conversation with them online. So I'm not sure. I would maybe make a video about that, but I haven't tried it out yet. So if you guys are interested in that topic, definitely let me know if you would want to see more stuff, because I can do a reading and like make a video about it. I'm definitely not opposed, but I guess it's just not something that I've thought of in a while, because I'm kind of like content with everything for the most part right now. I don't have any like huge questions that I'm dying to know, but let me know what you guys think. Next question is, how old were you when you lost your V card? I got a couple questions about this, and I guess I've never told the story before. I just watched my sister's video about this, and it kind of made me be like, why haven't I ever talked about that on my YouTube channel? Maybe because I've never gotten asked it in a Q&A and just never thought to make a video. I don't know if I'd make a whole video about it because it's not like a huge big story, but I was 18 when I lost my virginity, and it was with someone that, you know, at that time I was very, very invested in. My first person that I loved, that I thought I loved. Looking back, I don't think we were really deeply in love, but at that time I did feel love. We expressed that we loved each other, and it just felt like the right time and the right person, and I definitely do not regret it. I don't regret the person that I was with. I don't regret the timing. I remember it was painful. I remember it was definitely something that was planned. Like, I knew that it was gonna happen the night that it did. It was very like slow and thought out. I'm glad that I planned for it, and I'm glad that it was with that person, but not to say that I like was trying to wait for a certain age or anything like that. That's kind of my story. It was, I'm not gonna say it was like a super enjoyable experience, but at the same time I don't regret it. It's not something that I think about very often at all, unless the topic gets brought up or I like randomly am, I don't know, thinking back to that time. I definitely wasn't like trying to wait for a certain age, but I think it happened at like a very good time for me, because I had never had anyone before that point that I had like felt love for like that. So that was the person that made me feel safe and the time that made me feel safe to lose my V. How did you deal with being in a long distance relationship? So I've talked about this on my channel a little bit. I haven't made like entire videos about it because I think it's something that, although people can relate to, it's not like a super relatable thing. Like, I don't think that all of you guys are in a long distance relationship like I was at one point. I actually have been in 2 long distance relationships. Totally forgot about that. Sometimes I think about it. Me and Sean were long distance for the beginning of our relationship, and then my previous relationship before Sean, we were also long distance for pretty much the whole relationship, but that was only like a 5-month relationship, so it was not like a super long thing, but we were long distance for that as well. How to deal with it, I think the biggest tips are, you always have to know when you're going to see each other next. You cannot have this like big period of time where you don't know the next time you're going to see each other. Like, you have to have something to look forward to with that person. Even if it's not for months, even if you're not gonna be able to see each other for a really long time, just know that next time to look forward to, so you can have a countdown, so you guys can just like plan it for it and be excited for that. I think you have to keep the romance alive a lot by actively making time for each other. So like FaceTiming and talking on the phone as much as you guys have time for. I think that's super important, but that's kind of a given in a long distance relationship. It's like, how else are you going to talk to your person? And then I think other than that, just really cherishing the time together, because there is more time apart in a long distance relationship than the time together. So you have to be working towards the end goal of being in the same place or being together at some point in time, because you can't be long distance forever. So it's going to be a temporary thing that you're going to have to work towards not being that long distance anymore. I mean, I'm freaking living proof that long distance relationships can thrive and work, and now my relationship is not long distance anymore. Just try and look forward to that end goal, whatever it may be. Okay, this question is, how do you deal with the negative stereotypes that come with being a raver? So I don't necessarily think of myself as a raver, only because I've never really like super used or identified with that word. I just go to shows and go to festivals because I love the music, and although a lot of times I love primarily electronic music, I go see other artists, other bands. I go to festivals that are electronic music. I go to festivals that are jam bands, indie music. You need to come up here, bud. He's always like tap dancing around when I'm filming. Good boy, you just sit, okay? But I guess as far as the negative stereotypes that might come with it, maybe just like being unsafe and getting really fucked up and things like that. I would say I just kind of like always know that I'm being safe, you know what I mean? I'm the type of, especially maybe when I first was starting with going to shows and going to festivals, maybe I wasn't as conscious of like the steps I needed to make sure I was going to be completely safe and have an amazing time and have everything I needed. But I think that just takes practice. I would say I just always have what I need. I always have tons of water. I always am very safe. I know that if I'm going to be in like the sun for a really long period of time, that I have to give myself breaks from that. And I know that I'm not the type of person that can be like up in the front of the crowd for multiple hours. I definitely like to have room to dance and not be like violently sweaty the whole time. So I've just learned what I like, and I've just learned how to be safe and take care of people that might be going too far, which are probably the negative stereotypes that you're talking about. And there are things that happen at like every big music festival with, you know, like overdoses or people dying from dehydration or mixing things and all types of things like that. That pretty much happens at like, I'm not gonna say every, but almost every huge festival. You're gonna have either a death or people like severely hurting themselves. You just really have to know your limits and do not overdo it, because you can have a great freaking amazing time with being safe and not overdoing it to the point where your body is like asking you, please stop, like I can't take this anymore, you know what I mean? So I would say just, I mean, over the years I've gotten a lot older now, not that I like used to be unsafe, but I definitely am just like more conscious now of what I need in the crowd, what I need to have a great time, what I need to be safe. And just knowing those signs too of people around you and getting somebody help that is not okay. That's very important. There's so many things that you could say like that are negative about like being a raver, but once again, like I don't see myself as a raver. I don't see myself that way. I'm just someone that like goes to a lot of live music and festivals and likes electronic music and other types of music, and that's how I would explain it. I'm just a live music lover. That's what I would say about myself. What was your experience with dating in high school? I thought this was a good question because I don't think I've talked about it too much ever, mostly because I really didn't have an experience with dating in high school. I think I was really, when you're growing up and you're that age and you're like coming into yourself, at least for me, I don't think I knew myself yet. I don't think like, you know, I just wanted attention. Like I wanted attention from boys, especially boys that like I thought were cool or that I liked. And I think it's when you have never like had a boyfriend, or you've never had the experience of like your first person that like you like and they like you back and you guys like each other in the same way, whether that turns into a relationship or not. I I think you just want that so badly when you haven't had it. I'm almost willing to go for the wrong person because they're just there and there's someone that's giving you that attention. So I definitely had things with people in high school. I did not have my first kiss until I was 17. So I was like a junior. Yeah, I was a junior in high school when I had my first kiss. And then I didn't really actually date anyone. Like I didn't have my first boyfriend until I was 21 years old. And I think that's like so freaking normal. Not to put an age on it, but that's when I had my first relationship. I did not have a boyfriend in high school. I think I was not myself enough. I don't think the right person was there, number one. If the right person is there and you like find someone awesome, then that's like fucking awesome. But I think for me, myself, I was just really like not at the point where I was ready to like be in a relationship, or maybe I was, but I just like, once again, that person wasn't there for me. I didn't have anyone serious until the very, very end of high school. With that boy that I talked about that I lost my virginity to. That was like, that all happened at the very end of high school slash after high school. So that was when I first like fell in love. Once again, looking back now, I don't think I was in love, but I think at that time I felt love, and that was a great feeling. That was really exciting for me. And it happens at a different age for everyone. You know, obviously that's kind of like a given. Some people find their one and only when they're like 14 or 15. And some people don't find their one and only, you know, until they're like 50 or something. All right, it's such a long video, but like, let's keep it going. If you guys are still sticking around, leave me a comment down below. Let me know you're freaking watching until the end. Because we're about to dive into some juicy topics. The next question is, how do you feel about your view counts now? This is kind of a real one. I'm not like super happy with the views that my YouTube channel is getting now, has gotten in the last like year. Obviously there's certain videos that do better, but it's hard when your entire like job is based off of how many views you get, it's not based off of really subscribers, but like it's based off of views. That's, the more views you get, the more money you get. And also it's more like you kind of feel like you're failing at your job, or you're failing at sharing what you like if your views aren't there, or if they're not there as much as they used to be. So I think it's been hard. I've had to really like, over months, like I've never talked about this before, over months I've really had to come to a place where it's like, I'm just making content now that I enjoy. And I think you guys can see that because I've gotten so many comments in the last, like, ever since I moved to Boise, of, I can just see that you're so happy, Lindsey. Like, I can tell that you're so much happier here and that you're like, you're in a good place. But it's like, you guys can tell when I'm in a good place with the content that I'm putting out, or when I'm putting out content that is like, maybe not necessarily what I want to be making, but something that I feel like I should be making, for whether it's views or whether it's something that I think you guys would like better. You know what I mean? So there's that struggle of like, I could make a video because I know it will get better views and that maybe my viewers would be more into that. I could make that. Or it's like, I can make something that maybe I know it's not going to get a crazy amount of views. Maybe I know it's not going to get even 20,000-30,000 views, but it's something that I want to make, and it's something that is a video that's just like fun for me, and that's something that I would want to put out, content that I would want to put out. For example, like my Shambhala video did so bad views wise, and it really, like, I'm not gonna say that I got super upset about it, but it really hurt me, because I mean, I guess that means I did get upset about it. I just worked really, really hard on that video, and I usually don't even film at festivals, and that was one of the rare occasions that I actually like filmed at a festival, and then when I was editing it, I worked so hard on it to like make it into this really cool thing, and then I posted it, and yes, I got a bunch of great comments on that video, and thank you to any of you guys who watched it, but that video has like 6,000 views, and I do not even remember the last time one of my videos on this channel has gotten less than 10,000 views. I mean, it has been years. Some of my videos, obviously, you know, especially recently, like, do not do great views wise, and that's just for many reasons. I think that's titles, and I think that's people losing interest over years, which is totally fine. And I think it's also harder to find content on YouTube now. Some videos don't go to subscription boxes, and there's just so many things that contribute to it. I'm definitely not the only YouTuber that is experiencing lower view counts. It's very hard to make it on YouTube right now. And if those people that are at the top are getting crazy views, you know what I mean? Those people that are at the top, they are up there. But then it almost feels like everyone that's not at that, like, getting millions of views per video is like struggling really hard, or at least, I don't know, that's how I feel. But I've really, I've tried not to rely so much on only YouTube. Like, this isn't the only thing that I do for money, you know what I mean? I'll talk about this in a later question because somebody asked me about like work and careers. Did I answer your question? I don't know, about how I feel about lower view counts. It's like, I don't feel great about it. Obviously, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I love when my videos get less than 20,000 views, or like, I love when my videos aren't getting 100. Like, my old videos, we can talk about this, like, this actually segues into the next question, which is something that I have never talked about before. I have thought so many times about making an entire video about this. So the question is, how do you feel about your sub count under 1 mil again? So basically, how do you feel about having 1 million subscribers in the past and then losing it? And that's something that I think a lot of people know on my channel and either don't ask me about, or something that I think nobody either remembers, or maybe new viewers don't know that. But it is something that happened to me. It is something that is so real, and it's honestly like something that's super embarrassing, which is why I've never talked about it before. I barely even talk about this to people in person, because it's something that, like, if I really think about it too much, like, I will get super upset about it, because it's all because of me. It's all because of what I did or didn't do to lose subscribers, you know what I mean? Well, what I did to gain subscribers, or what I did to lose subscribers, you know what I mean? So I did have 1 million subscribers on this YouTube channel at one point, several years ago, like 3 years ago, a long time ago. I have not had that number for a while, and leading up to that, I was gaining subscribers really slowly. So I had already been losing subscribers before I even reached 1 million subscribers. And that was at a point in my YouTube channel where I was growing really slowly, and I think people were kind of falling off from after like high school Lindsey, after it was like I moved out and all these things, and I was just different over the years. I wasn't that same like high school pink bedroom Georgia girl anymore. I had a different life. Not to say that I'm not the same person, obviously, but I think people left. And also, it was my fault. I was not uploading as much as I was in high school. I was not producing like nearly as much content. And I think people just started to either disconnect with me, or didn't like me anymore, or just felt like I wasn't, you know, like my content wasn't fitting their life anymore. And I don't want someone to watch me that doesn't like me. I don't want someone to watch me to like hate watch, you know what I mean? I only want like genuine people that like enjoy what I talk about to watch, because I don't watch any YouTubers to be like, oh, they're so annoying, like fuck you, like just watch for drama, you know what I mean? It's like, we're so past that point, I feel like, on my channel or anything like that. We just have real viewers. Like, I know anyone that's listening to me talk right now, because this video has been so fucking long, is like a real OG that just gets me, and we would be friends in real life, and we would have great chats, and you just understand me. But that was something that was so like sad for me to go through, because I watched it happen every day. Like, I remember when I was about to slip below 1 million, and I was just like, damn, like, I don't know if that's ever happened to another YouTuber before. And that's like so embarrassing, you know what I mean? Like, but then it gets back to this point of like, why does it matter if I have 900,000 subscribers, or if I have 1 million subscribers, or if I have 100,000 or 500 subscribers? Like, I only want people to be subscribed and watch me that genuinely get something out of my content and enjoy it, you know? And so I think I had to take a really big step back and try to be like, this is happening. it doesn't matter how much I post or what I say or what I do, I'm still gonna be losing subscribers, because once again, leading up to 1 million, I had already been losing subscribers, and then I kind of had like a little push that pushed me over, and that was like the highest I was ever at on my YouTube channel. And once again, I just feel, and right now I'm just like, it doesn't matter, like the number doesn't matter. That was like, I could go back and say that was the most subscribers I ever had on my YouTube channel. But was that when I was the happiest? Was that when I felt like my YouTube was like, was that when I was the most happy with what I was creating? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that was a time that was really confusing for me on YouTube, which I think was why I was losing people, because I didn't know what I wanted to make, and I had this like, I don't know what I want to post, so I'm just not gonna post for like a month or 2 months. And it was really weird. But I just had, not that it was like so hard, it wasn't that it was hard, it was just confusing, and I didn't know what I wanted to be making, and I didn't know how to like engage those viewers back in and gain new people. So slowly, ever since that point, once again, I dropped below 1 million probably like 2 years ago, maybe like a year after I hit 1 million. I don't really remember when it was a while ago. Dropped below 1 million, and then ever since then I've lost subscribers. Ever since then I have not been gaining subscribers. Every time I upload a video, it doesn't matter how consistent I am or how inconsistent I am, I actually lose subscribers faster when I'm uploading consistently. Which is kind of like, damn. But I know from my research and from talking to people and from watching people that a lot of people are struggling to grow on YouTube right now, and a lot of people are losing views and losing subscribers, and you can get into that mind space where it's really unhealthy, and it's like, I'm doing something so wrong, like I'm failing, you know what I mean? That's like the biggest thing, is like, am I a failure? You know what I mean? That I don't really have those thoughts anymore, because I've come to a place, it's been so long that this sounds like sad when I really say it, but it's been so long that I've been like gradually losing people, and I think I just had to go, not even only on YouTube, like on my Instagram, even a little bit on like my Twitter. People just there's just certain people that do not connect with me anymore, and maybe they connected with me back in 2013, maybe they connected with me in 2015 or whatever, and it's fucking the end of 2018 now, and I don't want people that don't care about me. I don't want people that don't like me and don't care about what I'm posting. I don't want them to be following me, you know what I mean? I totally get that. I unfollow people all the time if I'm not like interested in what they're posting anymore, you know? So I've talked about this question for quite a long time now, and like I said at the beginning of the question, I've wanted to make a whole video about this topic, just like getting real, really talking about this before, but this was the first time I've ever addressed it in a video, because it's a hard thing. It's not a good thing to feel about yourself. I'm gonna answer 2 more questions. And the first one is, when do you think you changed from that girly girl YouTuber to how you are now? You never really think about yourself changing that much. You're just kind of like, I've just been living, and like I've just been doing me, you know what I mean? And then, but like other people can tell how you evolved and you've changed throughout the years, especially as someone who's online. I definitely, if I go back and watch my old videos from especially like the first couple of years, my voice was so different. I was so little. I was really small. I was like 15, 16, 17 years old, you know what I mean? And I looked completely different. I sounded different. I was very different. I had not had like any big, huge life experiences yet. Like I was very just that girl that was, as you said, like a girly girl YouTuber, and found the beauty community and just wanted to like have a little niche thing, like talk about makeup, because I loved makeup and I had always been a girly girl, so it's like I'd always fucking loved fashion. This is perfect for me. Why don't I just like make videos talking about the stuff that I've always loved? And then I think, when did I change? Probably, obviously, it had to do with moving. Not just like, oh, moving to LA changed me, which I wonder if that's what people think. moving definitely can change a person, but I would say more it was leaving what I had known my whole life. Like, I had only known my high school people and my life in Georgia and my hometown, other than traveling a teensy bit around the country. That is all I literally knew at that age. So then moving across the country, going to college, meeting all new people. I met so many new people in like a span of a year or 2 years, and I had a completely different social circle than I was ever around before. So obviously that is gonna change a person. And then I started going to a lot of like shows, and I started going to festivals, and I started like really getting into that as like one of my like hugest interests. And so I guess that's probably the time that I changed. I got less girly, my style got like more edgy. I just grew to have more interests, different interests, and I just grew up. That is the only way I can explain it. I grew up and I really started coming into myself. I wasn't myself when I was, you know, in high school. I was myself, but I was that person that had not had any of these experiences, and that person that had never traveled really that much, and that person that had never like met people that would change my beliefs, and people that, yeah, I would say that's when your girl changed. It's a weird question to answer because you have to like think back to just, oh, like I changed? When did I change? When really it's kind of like I just feel like I've been living this whole time, and the past brought me to where I am now. And you know, it's just a weird thing to like go back and think that stuff about yourself. But I'm glad that someone asked that, because I think a lot of people wonder. Last question, which I mentioned I was going to talk about this one. I should have probably answered this at the beginning of this video. I get this question so much, and I guess maybe people are just confused. The question is, don't you have the need to have a job? So I got that question, which I thought was the most like down to the point. And I also got people being like, what do you do for work in Boise? What do you do for your career? And I'm a little bit confused because I feel like I've been really open and talked about it so many times, but I will explain everything that I do to make money, honey. I will let you freaking know right now. I have talked about this in a video before. If you haven't seen my how I make money besides YouTube video, I'm gonna link it right up here. That is how I talk about literally every way that I make money. But I would say still the biggest way that I make income is not only from YouTube, but from being a social media influencer. Okay, I don't really like to use that term that much, but that's what I am at the end of the day. That's what brands see me as. That's what my technical like job is, because I can say, oh, I'm a YouTuber, but it's like, well, I do more than that. I do a lot of things. I work all for myself. I don't really have any help at the moment. I am not managed by anyone at the current moment. I've always had a manager before, and now I'm running everything by myself. I do all of my emails by myself. I talk to brands by myself. I arrange everything for me, accounting. I do all of the things by myself. So the ways that I make money are from the ads on my YouTube videos, from the views on my YouTube videos. You get paid for views on your YouTube videos. Everybody probably knows this. And I think some people were maybe confused because I am not as successful as I used to be on YouTube. I don't get the same amount of views that I used to. And also I've gone through many periods that I just don't upload very much. But if you guys have noticed this year, personally, I think since I decided to switch my vlog channel to not be a vlog channel anymore, and I brought the vlogs onto this channel and everything's on one channel, I think I've been so much better. I've uploaded so much more consistently. And yes, I still maybe have periods where I don't upload for like a week or 2 weeks, but that's pretty rare for me in the last few months. I've been doing better, a lot better lately, and I hope that you guys have maybe noticed. So I think people were maybe confused by that, because they're like, how are you making money if you don't really like do YouTube that much anymore, or like as much or as successful as you used to? I make money from my views and my ads, and that's like a certain thing every month. And then in addition to that, I need to create extra revenue for myself, and that might not be always through YouTube. That might be working with a brand through Instagram and posting like an Instagram story for a brand. I work with brands and companies for my YouTube videos and on Instagram, and other forms of social media occasionally. And then I also make money from selling clothing on Depop. That is like my second biggest form of income. So that is another thing that I do on the side. And whenever I feel like, you know, I need to make some more money, I need to like get my hustle going, then I will list more things on Depop and I'll be more like prominent on that platform. And other ways I make money are just from affiliate linking. So linking certain products on my various social media platforms, including YouTube. I make a little bit of money off of that. I'm trying to think, is there another way? I think that's about it. The biggest way that YouTubers make money is working with brands in either videos or on like Instagram or something like that. At least from my personal experience, that's where like most of the money is. So like partnering with a brand to share a product with you guys. And I love my job. I've been really happy the past few months on YouTube. So to answer that question, I don't know why people think I don't have a job. I've been so transparent with it. I feel like I've been, maybe because in every video I don't sit down and say, I'm gonna make money from this video that I'm uploading right now. Hopefully I answered that question. All right guys, this was potentially the longest video I've ever done. I don't even know how long I've been filming right now. I think it's been pretty much like an hour, and I still had some questions that I had screenshotted that I didn't answer in this video, but I tried to answer all of the main ones and spill all of the tea for you. That was a deep dark truth. That was everything that I can at least share on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it this freaking far, give it a big thumbs up. I would love to know if you made it until the end. And I will see you guys very soon at my next vlog or video. I love you so much.
Go slow, take control, in circles we go round, moving with unconscious feeling.